On the spiritual journey, one of the biggest dangers to watch out for is the pitfall of pride. Because it is the first defect of Maya that enters the consciousness, and the last defect that leaves prior to God realization. This pride is usually of two kinds, Deyabhiman and Kartitvabhiman. The pride of the body, possessions, power, prestige, and so on, and the pride of doership. Consider this second one. The proper sentiment is Yat kritam yat karishyami tat sarvam na maya kritam tvaya kritam tu phala bhuktvameva madhusudana. O Shree Krishna, whatever I did and am doing, the fruit of it all is for your enjoyment. And you are the doer of these actions, not me. I absolve myself of all pride of doership. But how does this hold in the light of knowledge and understanding? Consider the tongs that are used in the kitchen for lifting red hot items. Now, supposing the tongs were to develop the pride, look at what we do, the hand would counter, Mr. Tongs. What can you do on your own? It is I who inspire you to work. If I were to minus my energy, you would be left insentient. The hand now has the pride. I am the doer, tongs, fongs are nothing. There comes the mind. It says, Mr. Hand, when I am sleeping, in deep sleep, are you able to do anything? No, it is my inspiration that enables and empowers you. The pride has now been transferred to the mind. But the intellect speaks up and says, look, Mr. Mind, I am the one who analyzes and guides. By yourself, you will not understand what is the front and what is the back side of the tongs. The intellect now has developed the pride. But this intellect is also an insentient aspect of the material energy. It is energized by the power of the soul. And the soul receives its power from the Supreme Soul. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. The Upanishad states that the soul is enlivened by the Supreme Divinity who resides within. If God were to leave our soul for a fraction of a second, the soul would become inert. We would cease to exist. So ultimately, all power is coming from God. Sri Aurobindo expressed this so nicely when he said, my Lord, if there is anything good in my works, it is because of your grace. And if there is any shortcoming, it is because of my defect in surrender. The shortcomings are mine and the virtues are yours. There is an apocryphal story related to the Mahabharata with a very strong message in it. It states that when the Pandavas by deceit managed to kill Guru Dronacharya, telling him that Ashwathama is dead and making him believe that his son Ashwathama had died, not the elephant Ashwathama. When his actual son Ashwathama came to know of this deceit, he was furious. He knew the art of releasing the Narayanastra, and by virtue of the recitation of mantras, he let it go. This lethal weapon, the Narayanastra, began making its way through the skies towards the Pandava army, and as it proceeded, it released so many weapons from itself, killing soldiers along the way. Shree Krishna saw it coming, as did the Pandavas, who were terrorized. But Shree Krishna knew the way of neutralizing the Narayanastra. So he told Arjuna, instruct all the Pandavas to fall flat on the ground in the spirit of surrender. When the Narayanastra sees the spirit of surrender, it gets pacified. The Pandavas obeyed Sri Krishna's instruction and fell prostrate on the battleground. But Bhimsen, he was proud and refused to lower his prestige. Get down, said Sri Krishna. My dear Bhai Sahab, this is no time to be proud. Seeing that Bhim was unrelenting, Sri Krishna walloped the powerful Bhim on the head, dropping him, and Arjuna pulled his feet. Bhim was now on the ground, humbled, and seeing this humbleness of the Pandav army, the Narayanastra got pacified and neutralized. The allegory out here is that, like the Narayanastra, our sinful deeds of endless lifetimes that are coming towards us with karmic consequences, and if we wish to save ourselves from their ill effects, there is one respite, and that is Sharanagati, imbued with the humbleness that neutralizes this Narayanastra. Sri Krishna instructs Arjuna in the Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksheshyami ma shucha. Arjuna, give up all varieties of religiosity and just surrender unto me. I shall free you from the sinful reactions of endless lifetimes. Have no fear. This spirit of humbleness, where you surrender. But if you cultivate this feeling, oh, I am surrendered, it will undo the good that you did. Let me read about the sixth aspect of surrender, the freedom from pride, from my latest book, Spiritual Secrets from Hinduism. To renounce the pride of having surrendered. If we become proud of our good deeds, it tarnishes our heart and undoes the good. That is why we must keep an attitude of humility, thinking, if I did something worthwhile, it was only because God inspired my intellect in the right direction. Left to myself, I would never have done it. Keeping such an attitude of humility is the sixth aspect of surrender.